No one will ever forget the tragic accident that claimed the life of a legendary driver at Imola, or the shocking moment when Nelson Piquet Jr. crashed his car on purpose. Formula One is known for its thrilling victories and incredible speeds, but it has also seen some of the most tragic moments in sporting history.
I am stupid. The
2008 scandal revealed how far some teams would go to win, leaving a dark stain on the sport. The chaos of the 2005 United States Grand Prix saw a near boycott over tyre safety. And finally, the dark weekend of Imola in 1994 changed F1 forever. Each incident not only marked a day of mourning but also led to crucial changes in the sport. These are 5 of the darkest days in Formula One history. The 2001 Australian Grand Prix at Melbourne's Albert Park took a tragic turn on lap 4. Former world champion Jacques Villeneuve collided with Ralf Schumacher at high speed. Villeneuve's car crashed into the barriers and a loose wheel flew off, striking track marshal Graham Beveridge through a gap in the catch fence. Sadly, Graham lost his life from his injuries. Track marshals play a crucial role in motorsports, ensuring the safety of drivers and spectators by managing on-track incidents and keeping the race running smoothly. After this incident, a coroner's investigation found that Graham's death was avoidable. The gap in the catch fence was too wide, allowing the wheel to pass through. This led to immediate changes in track safety measures to prevent such tragedies in the future. Formula One and the FIA reviewed and updated the design of catch fences to better contain debris from crashes. They also revised the positioning and protection protocols for marshals. The tragic events of the 2001 Australian Grand Prix showed that Formula One had a long way to go until it was completely safe for both drivers and track marshals. This incident showed the need for continuous improvement in safety measures. The adjustments made following Beveridge's death were crucial in enhancing the safety of everyone involved in the sport. The gap in the catch fence that allowed the wheel to pass through was specifically designed for safety workers to access the track. But the precise trajectory of the wheel made it a rare and unfortunate event. These safety enhancements have since been critical in preventing similar tragedies and ensuring that both drivers and track personnel are better protected during races. The legacy of Graham Beveridge's tragic death serves as a reminder of the importance of safety measures in motorsport. But still, it wasn't as sad as this older incident. The 1977 South African Grand Prix at Kyalami is remembered for one of the most tragic accidents in Formula One history. On March 5, 1977, during the race, Renzo Zorzi's car caught fire and stopped on the track. 2 marshals carrying fire extinguishers ran across the track to help. Tom Price's car struck one of them, Frederik Janssen van Vuren, at high speed, killing him instantly. The fire extinguisher he was carrying hit Price on the head, killing him instantly too. Price's car, now out of control, continued down the track before crashing. The live broadcast of this horrifying incident shocked viewers worldwide. It showed the severe lack of safety measures for both drivers and track personnel. Price's car, a Shadow DN8, continued down the main straight, scraping against barriers and eventually hitting Jacques Lafitte's Ligier, causing both cars to crash into the catch fence and a concrete wall. Niki Lauda, who went on to win the race, had his car damaged by debris from Price's crash, barely managing to finish due to a damaged water system. Following this tragedy, Formula One implemented several important changes. They improved marshal training and established strict protocols for crossing the track. Also, safety measures around car design and track layouts were reviewed to minimize risk. This incident spurred significant safety reforms, including better protective gear for marshals and redesigned catch fences to prevent similar occurrences. Price, known for his promising talent and career, left a significant impact on the sport. His death led to critical safety reforms, ensuring that such a tragedy would not happen again. These measures have contributed to the stringent safety standards that protect everyone in Formula One today. This race also marked the last appearance of driver Pace, who tragically died in a plane crash shortly after the event. The South African Grand Prix of 1977 is a dark reminder of the dangers of motorsport and the continuous need for advancement in safety. But what this next driver did was straight up terrible. The 2008 Singapore Grand Prix made history as Formula One's first ever night race, but it soon became infamous for one of the sport's biggest scandals. Renault wasn't having a great season, but Alonso managed to pull off a surprising win. The turning point came on lap 14 when Nelson Piquet Jr. crashed at turn 17, bringing out the safety car. Alonso had already pitted, putting him in the perfect position to take the lead. A year later, in 2009, Piquet Jr. dropped a bombshell after being dropped by Renault. He claimed he was ordered to crash on purpose to help Alonso win. This shocking shocking revelation led to an investigation by the FIA. The investigation confirmed Piquet's claims, leading to serious consequences for Renault. Team principal Flavio Briatore was banned indefinitely from FIA events, and Executive Director of Engineering Pat Simmons received a 5-year ban. Although these bans were later overturned, both agreed not to work in Formula One for a long time as part of their settlement. Renault was also given a suspended 2-year disqualification, meaning they'd be banned if they committed a similar offence within that time. The Crashgate scandal was a dark day for Formula One, showing just how far some teams would go to gain an advantage. The scandal damaged Renault's reputation and raised serious questions about ethics and governance in Formula One. It served as a reminder of the importance of maintaining the integrity of the sport and ensuring that competition remains fair and honest. But this next moment was way more chaotic. Formula One has become more popular in the USA recently, but there was a time when it really wasn't. One of the most famous events in F1 history went down at the 2005 United States Grand Prix in Indianapolis. It started when several tyre failures at turn 13 revealed a serious issue with the Michelin tyres. Only 3 teams were using Bridgestone tyres, which didn't have the same problem. Michelin warned their teams that their tyres would only be safe for 10 laps, unless speeds through turn 13 were reduced. This caused a major crisis. Formula One, the FIA, and the team struggled to find a solution. Suggestions included reducing speed through the troublesome turn, or installing a chicane to slow the cars down, but no agreement was reached. The Bridgestone teams argued that they had no issues, and that any changes would unfairly penalise them. On race day, the tension was crazy. During the formation lap, all the cars running on Michelin tyres pulled into the pit lane, leaving only 6 cars, those on Bridgestone tyres, to complete. The remaining competitors were from Ferrari, Jordan, and Minardi. Fans in the stands were furious. They had come to see a full grid of cars racing, not a 6-car farce. Chaos erupted as angry spectators threw bottles onto the track and booed loudly. Many fans marched to the ticket boxes demanding refunds. The event became one of the most documented and controversial moments in F1 history, something no one wants to see happen again. The fallout from the 2005 United States Grand Prix was huge. Michelin apologized to fans and offered to refund ticket holders. The incident showed the importance of tyre safety and the need for better contingency plans in the future. Speaking of fatal outcomes, not many people remember this next one. The scariest one that everyone remembers to this day was this next fatal series of deaths. The 1994 San Marino Grand Prix is often remembered as the darkest weekend in Formula One history, marked by a series of tragic events that changed the sport forever. The weekend began ominously on Friday, April 29th, during the first practice session. Rubens Barrichello, a Brazilian driver for Jordan, suffered a horrific crash at the Variante Bassa chicane. His car launched off a curb, hit the top of the tyre barrier, and flipped several times. Barrichello was left unconscious with a broken nose and a sprained wrist. Thankfully, he survived, but the severity of the crash set a sad tone for the weekend. The next day, during qualifying on April 30th, disaster struck again. Austrian driver Roland Ratzenberger, driving for Simtech, hit a concrete wall at high speed after his car's front wing failed on the Villeneuve curve. The impact was devastating, and Ratzenberger suffered fatal head injuries. His death was the first driver fatality at a Formula One weekend in 12 years, and it sent shockwaves through the paddock. Ayrton Senna, the legendary Brazilian driver and triple world champion, was deeply affected. Known for his emotional depth and dedication, Senna was visibly shaken and reportedly considered not racing the next day. He spent the evening in deep reflection, speaking with his girlfriend and expressing his concerns about safety in the sport. But the worst was yet to come. Even with his reservations, Senna decided to race on Sunday, May 1st, determined to honour Ratzenberger with a victory. Tragically, during the race on lap 7, Senna's car veered off the track at the high-speed Tamburello corner and crashed violently into the barrier. The impact caused severe head injuries, and Senna was airlifted to a nearby hospital. The medical team tried their best, but Ayrton Senna was pronounced dead later that day. His death was a national tragedy in Brazil, leading to 3 days of mourning. Losing Senna, one of the greatest drivers in the sport's history, was felt worldwide and cast a long shadow over Formula One. That weekend at Imola also saw numerous other incidents, including a start line crash that injured several mechanics and spectators. The events of the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix led to an immediate re-evaluation of safety standards in Formula One. The FIA introduced significant changes to car design, track layout, and safety protocols to improve driver safety. Remembering the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix always sends chills down the spine of anyone who follows the sport. The Imola weekend should have been cancelled. It remains one of the worst weekends in Formula One history, but it also led to a much safer sport, continually striving to protect the lives of drivers, team members, and fans. And if you think F1 was straight up dangerous in the early years, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you more content like this. These were 5 of the darkest days in Formula One history. If you like this video, make sure to click the next one to find out how F1 changed forever as a result of Ayrton Senna's fatal accident.